Good morning. Just checking things. Okay. Wow. Good morning. So before I switch over to the wheel to see who we get today, I'm just gonna do a little warm up. What's happening? Okay. Just trying to wake up myself and my hand and my art program. Whatever. Give it a moment. Okay. So let's switch on over. Give it a moment. Okay. Just doing a weird audio glitch again. Hello, people who just joined. Anyway, yeah, let's roll it, see who we get. Hope it's someone interesting. No. I don't really have any lore about. I don't have enough on CloudKit to feel like designing her on stream, so. Ooh! This is a much better choice. I'll get to everyone eventually, but while we still have 100 characters on the board, I am allowing myself to be a little picky. So what is happening with... There might be some lag. Just give me a sec. Hello, welcome. Okay. So, Sand Swirl. Another Moon Clan cat. I feel like I've gotten a lot of those. Which, I mean, hey. They need designed. Oh, I gotta remember where she is. I think I'll start with her original. I'll go off her original design. Oh, oops. Forgot to switch back over. What is it under? Not that. Is it under... I gotta remember what I named this file. I guess I can just go scrolling. No, the screen was not meant to be black. It shouldn't be anymore. I just forgot to switch back over because I was trying to fix the error I was getting. Also, yes, Derpy has a design. I finally got around to it. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with her yet. Like I said on Toy House, I'm probably gonna make her a kitty pet. I'm just really focused on this world right now, or this, like, yeah, this batch of clans, this universe. So that's probably where she's gonna go. Where are these? I put it under medicine cats. Of course I did. This was made in like late 2020, early 2021. Anyway. So Sand Swirl. Why won't this error go away? I hope it's not too bad. You guys can let me know if the stream is particularly choppy. But yeah, anyway, Sand Swirl. Ooh, what pose do I want to give her? I also need to decide what her healer's accessory is. Because all the healers get an accessory. I explained it before, but every healer gets, or every healer gets to put their paw print on the wall of the healer's den. And typically they end up keeping whatever they used. Do I not have this in here? I guess I don't. Whatever. Hi, kitty cat. Yeah, you're not part of this right now. Anyway. But yeah, they get to keep, or they usually keep whatever they use as their like paint, I guess you'd call it. And I have not decided. I haven't decided what the other healers. Well, no, I guess it's only Sand Swirl at this point, who I don't have an accessory in mind. I don't want overlapping stuff. Hello, Soda, welcome. So I know for a fact it's not gonna be strawberries, pine cones, lavender, dandelions, or oak leaves, because that's what the other healers have. And it's probably not going to be a flower. That doesn't fit Sand Swirl's character very well. She is not a flower girly. Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. I don't know. I'll figure it out after I get further into her lining, I guess. Or not lining, sketch. So a little bit about Sand Swirl. So, as I said, she is Moon Clan's senior healer. By the time she's the senior healer, she is Moon Clan's healer at the beginning of the story. She is the sister of Moon Clan's deputy, Golden Fang. Sand Swirl actually started out as a warrior, but after I'm trying to remember how the situation went. After a traumatic event, she decided she felt she had a better calling as a healer than a warrior. Ooh, the perspective is going to be funky on this one. I still want her to have that curved nose that I gave her. So yeah, she became a healer. I can't remember if I decided if she made it to... if she got her warrior name before that point. Yeah, I don't remember. Don't remember what I decided. This perspective's a little funky. Give me... Hello, welcome. Also, fair warning that I may be a little bit lower energy for this stream. I am yeah. I didn't get much sleep. I got woken up at like 3 in the morning and have been awake since. Oh, thank you. It's 8 a.m. for me. It's 8 a.m. for me as well. Oh, that perspective doesn't look right at all. How do I make it look right? Maybe it's the nose that I'm having an issue with. Maybe it's too low? Is that my issue? Don't know. I guess that looks better. Your mascot, stay your AJ avatar or your Sona. I think it being your Sona would be cool. Oh wait, I have relatives for her designed. Only Freckle Nose though. Is it only Freckle Nose? Give me a second as I mumble to myself, trying to remember, trying to figure out how long I want to make her ears. Where is Sun Mask on here? He's not in the echoes. God. Chat, what do we think? Should I do long ears or should I do like normal size ears? I think I've given her long ears in her other iterations. I'm quickly realizing that she and Lightning Strike have similar body type. Why does it say you have 75 XP? It's some leaderboard thing that YouTube has. It's why some people have the little crown by their name. I have opted to ignore it, and I would ask that chat mostly ignore it as well. There is no way for me to turn it off. You can go in your YouTube settings and opt out of it. But yeah. I don't like how that ear's positioned anymore. I don't know how to position the other ear. I need this woman looks too kind. I need her to look less kind. Anyway, what was I saying about Sand Swirl? Hi, AC Pilot, welcome. Okay, that's a Betty. Oh. I am not physically tired, but clearly I'm mentally. Anyway, Sand Swirl. So I said her brother was the deputy, Golden Fang, and that she is the senior healer. She does look too kind. She's supposed to be a little disgruntled. She's supposed to be on the older side. She and Golden Fang are some of the older non-retired cats in the clan. But also most of Moon Clan has a lot of older cats in it. But also, she's, so she is, of course, being the only healer at the time. She is Nettlepool's mentor. And she doesn't have an easy time with him. Actually, I'm debating if I want her to actually be sleek, or if I want to add some floof to her. Because her brother has floof. Golden Fang is rather floofy. I could give her kind of a freckle nose look. I don't know. I've only ever depicted her as this sleek, not fluffy design. I've never... Maybe something small? Oh, I might add freckles to her. I don't know. But no, Freckle Nose is a different character. I see chat getting excited about Freckles. Though, Freckles might look good on Sand Swirl. I don't know. I don't want her and Lightning Strike to look too alike. By the way, here's what I have, for anyone curious, since I didn't finish him on in yesterday's stream, this is what I have decided, I think, for, Lightning Strike. I'm losing my voice a second, give me a sec. Excuse me. Is she a Sphinx? No, she's just, short-haired. I might leave her bald, though. They're not bald, but... I mean, when you give all your other characters hair tufts, the ones that don't are bald. She's bald. Oh, thank you. I guess it looks alright. It's just that she and me... Did that do anything? I guess that looks a little better. British short hair. I don't typically give... My warrior cat designs typically don't have, I don't usually oh my gosh. Sentences are hard today. I typically don't base my warrior cats on, like, specific cat breeds. There are some exceptions, of course. Especially if they're like a kitty pet, then I am more inclined to be like, oh yeah, this this kitty pet is based on, or this is a specific breed. Because cat breeds, I mean, like, technically, if you wanted to put a name to most of my cats, breed-wise, they would be, domestic long hairs and short hairs. But that's not really a breed of cat. Like how, like with dogs, because like most purebred huskies are going to have the same features. But I could show you my domestic short hair, and you could show me your domestic short hair, and they are probably going to look rather different. And a lot of cat breeds are just coloration. Well, some of them, I am not awake enough to go into the lore of how cat breeds work. But yeah, I mostly don't base, I have a few, cats. Sorry, I feel like I've had this conversation before. That was weird deja vu. Anyway. I do have some OCs with specific breeds. Like one of the main characters, Angel Wish. She is part Maine Coon. Well, she's half Maine Coon. Her dad is a Maine Coon kitty pet, and her mom is a wildcat. Then I have another. I have a few more. I have. What did I rename her? I have a character that's not gonna be in this batch of characters, but maybe in the next if I keep doing this, whatever I'm doing right now. If I decide to design the next like allegiances worth of characters. But I have a Bengal character named Snowdapple. He was a former kitty pet / loner. I gotta stop doing that. But yeah, he was a former kitty pet / loner. And then another cat, her name is Leopard Mark. She is a Savannah cat. Her lore was, I'm trying to remember. I don't know. Whatever. Sentence over. I haven't even decided where I'm putting Leopard Mark in the timeline, so unless people are super interested to hear about her lore right this second, I'm gonna end that sentence. Anyway, more about this girl. So, by the time the gifted cats are revealed to be something the clans have to look for, well, I shouldn't say, whatever. By the time, give me a sec, I'm gonna mute myself and recalibrate my brain, and I will be back in just a second. Alright, let's see if I can do that sentence over again. So, by the time Nettlepaw is apprenticed, Sandswirl has been the only healer for quite a while. Is she too long? Let me just move everything around a little bit. I'll figure it out. But yeah, she's been a solo healer for a while. She's neutral about having a new apprentice. Her main thing is just training this kid so that the prophecy, just getting Nettlepool trained, and making sure that the prophecy doesn't get messed up or anything. Oh, are her legs too long? What if I made her neck a little longer to compensate? I don't know. Anyway, So yeah. Her main goal is to just get Nettlepool trained and ready to do whatever he's needed for destiny-wise. Maybe a little less long. And maybe a little thickness. That was the wrong thing. Yeah. Unfortunately for her, thank you. Unfortunately for her, she didn't get a very easy apprentice. Honestly, out of the three of them, Pale Whisper really lucked out with Mossy. Because Mossy Glow is... she's polite and kind and excited. She's polite and she's excited to be there and learn. And she wanted to be a healer anyway. Hi, Dandy's World Lover. Welcome. Excuse the dog. But, yeah, Mossy was all kinds of excited. And then the other two, I haven't gotten to Honeybee yet. She is still on my wheel. But yeah, Raleigh's morning tantrum. People left the house and now he's all upset. But yeah, I don't know if I've talked about Honeybee at all, but she's already going through it because her mentor had a pretty traumatic passing. I hate that. Anyway. And then she's got to train the menace that is Angel Wish. It's a real spectrum between the three gifted cats. And then Sand Swirl has to deal with Nettlepool, who doesn't want to be here. He does not want to be a healer. He has talked about wanting to be a warrior since he was super young. But unfortunately for him, God said no. Or at least that's what the healers interpreted. No one's truly sure if they needed to make the gifted cats be medicine cats, healers. Give me a second. Hello, I'm back. Where was I? Right. No one's truly sure if the gifted needed to be made into healers. Oh, that was the wrong layer. No. But whatever. But that's what the cats in charge decided. Hi CSX. This is Sand Swirl. Moon Clan's healer. And I'm trying to decide what I wanna. I think I like this. Yes, Sand Swirl is correct. But yeah. So she's got to deal with Nettlepool being upset. And she does it in a completely healthy way for both her and him, and totally doesn't just do a horrible job at trying to make him feel better about not being able to do what he wants. No. In reality, she keeps reminding him that it's his duty to protect the clans. And use his powers for the good of the clans, and that the best way to do that is by being a healer. And yeah, that goes about as well as you would expect between a teenager and an authority figure who will not take their feelings into consideration. Yeah, Nettlepool does not have a good apprenticeship time. And part of that is so I've talked about the gifted and their powers before. But in case you're new, or in case you forgot or don't know, do I have a book of this story? No. I'm not super confident in my writing. I would love to do, I think a book version of this story would be fun. I just don't have the confidence yet to sit down and decide that's what I'm gonna do. Maybe someday. Also, see ya, Catmaster. Have a good day. maybe someday when I'm feeling a little better about my writing. I'm just starting to get to a point where I'm getting more confidence in the way that I write. School assignments really killed my my writing confidence. Because when you give a kid a bad grade, or when you give a kid a bad grade for their writing and then don't tell them what they did wrong, there's gonna be some confusion. Anyway, I guess that looks fine. So, some things, or one... Hi Loyal, welcome. So you changed the eyes. Yeah, that's just how the... Here's Derpy, by the way. That's just how the, sketch ended up. It looked weird when I put the eye over this way. So I decided, well, I have to draw her a couple times to decide how I actually want her eyes to be. But right now I think cross-eyed is what I'm going for. Again, I won't actually have a clear idea until I draw her a couple times. But the main thing I wanted was just to get her shapes and colors down. I will worry about the specifics after that. So, one of the... What was I saying? Right, I was explaining Nettlepool's powers for those who do not know. And if anyone wants me to launch into my quick explanation of what a gifted cat is, you just let me know. But so Nettlepool's secondary power is the ability to tell when a cat is sick. Hello, welcome. So he sees an aura around a cat, and the color and intensity tells him what kind of sickness it is and how intense or fatal it is. And one of the things, hello, welcome, Sand Swirl decided was gonna be part of the new daily routine with Nettle as her apprentice. she began sending him on. Also, welcome, Mochi. So he'd do little patrols. They would typically be like in the morning, like get up, and he would take a patrol around camp, just looking over everyone, and if he saw any kind of glow, if he saw anything, he would make them report to the healer's den, and so they could catch it early. Which, I mean, pretty good for the clan. Not amazing for Niddle's mental state. Having the entire clan's health and safety on your shoulders as a literal fresh out of the nursery teenager, a literal fresh out of the nursery child is not the best. Now I'm gonna take a pause on the lore. Do I have Scratch? I do. I don't remember what the account is, though. I'm not on Scratch very often. I haven't been on Scratch in years. It's always apprentices or young warriors that I choose to save the world. Yeah. It's fun. Stronger than a needle. Okay, now I have to decide what her healer's accessory is going to be. I wouldn't typically do... Let me do a quick little search, and anyone who wants to, feel free to... You think it was Odyssey something? Probably not. Because I made my Scratch account way before I started using the name Odyssey. So I literally don't even remember what it was called. Have I drawn 1x1x1x1? No, I have not. I don't even know what that character looks like. Is that from Forsaken? I don't know. Okay, what am I... Okay. I know I want it needs to be something that she could actually legitimately find where she lives. And MoonClan lives in a pine forest, or just a coniferous forest. Let me type in plants and not things. So I'm thinking maybe some type of berry. I'm never gonna give you up. Welcome. Chameleon flowers. Possibly. I'm gonna just do a quick little look around. Just pull out the needle. This is not what I clicked on. Okay, cool. Blackberries or chokeberries. Pine cone is out of, or is pine cones. I guess I could have them have matching. No. I was gonna say I could have. Nettlepool has a pine cone as his thing. You're fine, you're fine. Let me just... I'm trying to find literally any website that will just give me a visual list of plants that live in a pine forest. Pine nettles? Maybe. There's pine nettles? Or did you mean needles? Either way, there has to be plants that aren't just trees, right? You know what? I'm gonna line and color her. Lupine flowers? Maybe. Flowers are another option because the border between Moon Clan and Eclipse Clan is a big flower field. Doggy, what's wrong? Come here. Hello, welcome. Was I gonna go look up lupine? Maybe. You know what? I'm going to bushes. I'm gonna line and color her. And then I'm at least gonna line her and do a base color. Okay, I need to expand the canvas a little. So that I can find an accessory that... some berry bushes? Maybe. I'll have to look at what kinds of berries can be found in, like, a forest. Hi, doggy. I know you're over there. Because berries would be the obvious choice. Just because you can most believably make a kind of paint out of berries. Plus, originally my idea was that it was only going to be berries, but then I realized that there are a lot of red berries, and I think it would be a little disconcerting if also, hi Calico Kitty Meow, welcome. It'd be a little disconcerting if you were like an injured cat and you went to go to the healer's den, and what you are met with is a wall of red paw prints. Not the best. So my logic is if I can reasonably come to the conclusion that you could make something from whatever you're using, then it's fine. Can you draw Dandy and Pebble from Dandy's World? Not today. I will take requests during request streams. And the next request stream will be whenever I hit 300 subs. So ask then, and I would happily add that to a list. You can incorporate something like that into your cult, your Warriors cult. I don't even remember. I know I got the idea to do the paw print thing from somewhere. It might have been to nail flowers. But I thought it would be interesting. And it would make the accessories I already wanted to give to my medicine cats make more sense. So yeah. Yeah, berries could work. Berries would be an obvious choice. I just thought about possibly juniper berries, but I don't know. The blue might not look like that, like soft blue on her yellow fur probably wouldn't look very good. So I don't think juniper berries are the answer. And I don't think she's enough of a maniac to use, like, yew berries. I actually considered death berries for Angel. She is enough of a maniac to be like, Hello, yes, I would like to use this deadly berry as my paint, and I would like to wear it on my person at all times. Please and thank you. But no. No. I gave her lavender instead. Okay. More on this girl. I keep calling her girl, but that just feels wrong. She is an old lady. Columbine could be an option. Thank you all for the suggestions. Now I have many things to consider. Guess the TV is gonna be on a little early, but whatever. I don't care. But yeah, a little more about this character, let's say. And a little more animal noise for the background. So yeah, I was talking about wintergreen could be interesting. Are there like white berries? Maybe. Kitty and doggo, yes. Many an animal to make noise today. So where was I with her? I was talking about the nettle pool stuff. So yeah, she tasked Nettlepaw at that point with just patrolling camp every day and just sending in cats about to get sick, which is not something he enjoyed because well, having the power to know when someone is like deadly sick is already not fun, but having to do it every day after the way you discovered your power being with your mother being sick, yeah, Nettle does not have a fun time. First half of the story is Nettlepool has a bad time. It's Nettlepool has a bad time while the other two date in the background. But who's Nettle's dad? Nettle's dad is Rainfall. His warrior powers eating cans of tuna. I wouldn't call Rainfall a deadbeat. I don't know what I'd call Rainfall. He's an angry little guy. Who Nettle thinks moved on way too fast. But if Rainfall got sick, Nettle would still care. He'd feel guiltier if he didn't do anything. Yeah, he would feel guiltier if it ended up being something serious and he could have prevented it. No matter how much he and his dad argue or dislike each other. Because though Nettle does not like the fact that he's been made a healer, he does end up taking his job seriously. Even after he eventually leaves Moon Clan, and joins Sun Clan and becomes a warrior, he still he takes Cat's health very seriously. It's to the point where again, none of this is written, but if it was, there would be a running gag in the second half of the story that is just Nettle's loved ones being like, you should stay out of the healer's den. You are no longer a healer. You don't have to worry about all that anymore. Because as soon as he's no longer forced, Nettle is more than happy to help out. Plus, it's like kind of ingrained in him at that point that his job is to make sure cats don't get sick. So even for a while after he joins Sun Clan, he will do his little sickness checking patrols. And of course, eventually he stops doing them. But he does still watch out for and warn cats if he does spot something. Anyway, that's way in the future from what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about with Sand Swirl, Nettlepaw is not a happy duckling. Do they ever lose their powers? No. Well, I mean, I haven't decided. I should say the powers are permanent. But of course, a gifted cat can lose their powers by technicality. Like, if Nettlepool went blind, he would technically be losing his powers, since they are sight-based. But it is not like in the books where they fulfill the prophecy and then StarClan just takes their powers away. No. I like superpowers too much to do that. So my superpowered cats get to keep their powers for their whole life. And even in the afterlife, technically. Yeah. I guess they do. They just keep their powers for all eternity. You know, it's whatever. Anyway. So yeah, all that to say, Nettle and Sans Swirl do not get along very well. Sans Swirl is not... She's not very well equipped. She's not quite sure what to do to make things easier for either of them. She isn't super maternal and doesn't spend a ton of time. She doesn't know all that much about, like, caring for younger cats outside of a medical setting. So she's just, she doesn't know what to do to make it so that they're not constantly arguing and yelling at each other. Yeah, that she does not know how to solve her predicament, and so she doesn't. The most interaction with kits she's really had are, besides, like, checkups and stuff, are her brother's kits. Because Golden Fang is a proud papa, and he wants his sister in his kid's lives. Blah. And so she has more of a relationship with Frecklepaw, Marshpaw, and Ashenpaw, but it's still not to the point of understanding children very well. She never had any interest in having kits. I haven't decided. I don't see her as like arrow ace. Maybe a little ace. I don't know. But yeah, she just never really had interest in having a family, nor did she really click in that way with the cats around her. So she's single and she's just existing, I guess. Ooh, I should establish even though I'm realizing that none of the cats, none of the healers before Mossy, Nettle, and Angel have a mate, but healers are allowed to have mates and kits as long as they have a fully trained apprentice, or as long as there is a second fully trained healer that is not also with a litter of kits. The only one of the three, I mean, technically Honeybee is still young. So I might give her a mate. I probably won't though. So the only one of the starting 3 healers, I have the no mate and no kits rule in the canon verse. That's why I took it out of mine. The no half-clan relationships thing is still a rule in my universe, but I have different justifications for it. Or I have my own justifications for it. And it depends on the clan on how lenient they are with any of the rules, really. But anyway, the only one of the starting 3 healers to have any kind of mate or relationship is Pale Whisper of Sun Clan. He had a mate. Give me a sec. He had a mate. His name was Dust Breath, but Dust Breath died. And they weren't mates for long, and Pale Whisper never really connected with anyone else in that way. How would Sun Clan and Eclipse Clan react to Cobalt? They would be far more lenient. Dust breath sounds like an insult. It kinda does. How would Sun Clan and Eclipse Clan? I mean, neither would have a problem with him. It really just depends on how the initial meeting would go. Because, of course, none of the clans are going to be all open arms with an openly... They're not going to be friendly with an openly hostile outsider. But they both accept outsiders into the clans. I stole the test idea from the canon books. So, an outsider would have to pass the trials. Just to prove that they can provide for the clan and that they can properly work in the environment. So, like, Sun Clan, it would be about, are you able to traverse rocky cliffs if you had to go up into the mountains? And stuff. Eclipse Clan would be like, do you know how to not get your feet caught in burrows and holes and stuff? Pretty much. Can you survive and not break your legs? Do I want to use... I'm going to pull up these colors. Because I think I used completely different colors on the second iteration of this girl. Let me just steal her colors. But yeah, Dust Breath, or Pale Whisper is the only one of them who ever had any kind of mate. And they weren't even mates all that long. Fun fact, Dust Breath is... So Dust Breath is the father of Pebble Dust, who is the father of Mossy Glow. So yeah. Those patterns are complicated, yeah. That's why she's getting a whole new look. Let me just steal these colors. Are these the same color? They are the same color. I lied to myself. Whatever. I know the rest of it isn't the same color. Why did I go with this brighter green? What was I doing here? Well, I guess the important question is, do I want to go with this color? That was the wrong layer. But yeah. So yeah, Sand Squirrel had no interest in a mate. But I actually haven't decided what she'd identify as. It's not that important. It's not that important to get it down pat what I would refer to her as. Because eventually, she's no more. Spoilers, kind of. Not really, but so let me see, where do I wanna go within the story? Sorry, give me a second, I'm looking at berries. These could be interesting. The white leaves? Zootopia 2 comes out a day after your birthday. Ooh, that's really cool. Wild app. No, I'm not putting a whole apple on this cat. Okay, I think I found the berries that I want to use. Where are they? Where is this reference picture? I think these will be pretty on her. I just have to figure out how these are. Okay, they come from like, do this. Do I like this? I don't know how big my berries are. Or how big these berries are. I could put them behind her ear. Or I don't know. So the trials are a thing in your story? Yes, they are. Hey, I'm gonna ask this one more time. L_SKJ_2.0. Please quit using the word goon. I am going to I'm removing those comments. Just stop it. What kind of berries are those? These are service berries. I don't actually know anything about them. I just looked up a list of berries that can be found in pine forests, and that's what showed up. Okay, chat's working on this, whatever. But I think they're pretty and will work. But yeah, the trials I have maybe here. Hello, welcome. I don't know. I guess there works. I can't find a good place. You know what? Let me just line it and then I'll move them around. But yes, so the trials are a thing. If you're having fun on your boat, I don't know how to say your name, I'm so sorry. Anyway, the trials. So, yeah, I liked the idea that to join a clan, you'd have to do something. So I better established it than it's established in the books. It's not just a random, like, whatever the leader decides, that's gonna be your challenge. It is instead, you are literally proving your worth to the clan. So proving that you won't have major problems with the terrain, and that you can catch prey without a ton of issue, are like the main things. There are exceptions. But those are like the main qualifiers. And it's not only for the test is not only for outsiders, it's also for clan switching. So, if you decide you want to join a different clan, you would have to complete their trials to be able to officially join. And if you fail, sometimes cats will just go back to their original clan. Sometimes they will try to join the other clan, and sometimes they will just peace out. It all depends on how they, it depends. It's a case-to-case thing. I can also just put it on this side. I don't know where to put these berries. That's not bad, actually. But yeah, that's like like I said, there are exceptions to it. Like disabilities, can have Sorry, I got distracted by something popping up on screen. But yeah, there may be a modified trial depending on disabilities. Delayed trials, like for example when Hailglow joined Sun Clan, her trial was delayed because she joined pregnant. So she didn't actually do her trial until her kits were weaned. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think when the trial thing would have been established. Because there was a chunk of time where half clan relationships were outlawed entirely. After the do I like that? I don't dislike it. Anyway, but yeah, it was kind of outlawed for a time after, some mess with, I don't know. My brain's not working enough to finish that sentence. Okay, how am I gonna do this? Hello, welcome. I don't want to give her stripes. They're gonna kind of look like stripes, but you like cats? Well, that's what I draw here. You're in the right place. Words. Where are they? Whatever. I'll switch back to talking about this girl. Again. Let's fast forward to I don't know. I guess when Nettlepool leaves would be a significant place to talk about. So Nettlepool, while he is just not having a great time in MoonClan, ends up falling in love with the SunClan cat, and eventually she ends up with kits. Well, she ends up pregnant, and Nettle is overjoyed, but unfortunately, his brother heard and ratted him out, and so there's a little bit of time where Nettle tries to continue living in MoonClan, and it's not great. He's getting ridiculed by his family and his former friends, and even Sand Squirrel is disappointed in him. And she's essentially like, why this is not how this was supposed to go. Why would StarClan have chosen such... She doesn't care about the half-clan relationship. As I've said, MoonClan is very, very serious about reputation and her apprentice having a whole half-clan relationship under her nose doesn't does not look great on her. And so she is like, why would StarClan have chosen such a disrespectful cat to be one of their gifted? Why would they have chosen a cat who can't even put his clan first why would they have trusted a cat like that to have these fantastical powers? And yeah, she's disappointed in him, and well, Nettle pieces out. Does that say 106 views? That's crazy. Anyway, so yeah, Nettle pieces out and is no longer having it, and Sand Squirrel just kind of goes about her time. And then cut to the massacre. So things go back to relative normalcy after Nettle disappears, and unbeknownst to Moon Clan moves to Sun Clan. Yeah, things go back to a relative normal. It's not whatever. And then it's just a normal day in Moon Clan, and then a giant white cat that Sand Squirrel knew was Angel Wish, one of StarClan's chosen cats, appears seemingly out of nowhere in Moon Clan territory and starts wreaking havoc. And seemingly randomly attacking cats. It's not actually random, but yeah, she's attacking cats, and it's just chaos. Sand Squirrel watches as Hawkstar falls victim to Angel, and as Sand Squirrel is attempting to move some of the injured into the healer's den, she catches Angel's attention and is attacked. She is saved, and she does end up living, but she is still pretty injured. Yeah. And that's just, like, not fun. I don't really know how to end that segment. But she ends up pretty injured, and then seemingly as soon as everything started, it calmed down again, and Angel was gone. And all that Moon Clan had left was the aftermath. Is this just Angel being a chaos gremlin again? No. There's a lot of things happening. There's a lot of things that go on that lead to this event happening. And it is absolutely not Angel's normal, silly gremlin behavior. Hello, M. Young, welcome. No, I will talk more about, I don't want to derail, it doesn't take much for me to derail my own stream, but, I don't want to totally derail everything to talk about the massacre, so once I get to redesigning Honeybee, let me finish my sentence, M. Young, and then I will address what you are asking. Once I get to Honeybee, then I will talk. That will be a good time to talk more in detail about the, what I would like to describe as my, my fire scene, I would say. Hi, Diary, welcome. M. Young, if you give me somewhere to link the art, I would happily link you to it. Or you can go in the description. It's literally at the bottom. I have things listed. If you click on the link after what says my DA, you will find my DeviantArt, and it's the second picture in my gallery. Hello. Thank you. Or you can go to exactly 3 hours in the request stream, and you can watch the art being made. Or, like I said, give me somewhere that I can link it to you or send it to you. A social media, or if you make a community post on here, I can link it. Just literally anything. I'm realizing this just ended up being stripes. Whatever. I don't care. So yeah, the massacre ends. And in the aftermath, also, you're not, I mean, oh, it's been 2 hours. I did not even realize that. Not that late, I guess, diary. I'm still coloring. Please do not call me Spotted Leaf. I asked you last time. Do not make me ask you again. What's the death toll? I haven't actually decided that yet. I have an idea of the important cats that do or do not survive the encounter, but I need to go through and decide everyone else. It's definitely double digits. Because Angel is fueled by anger and frustration, as well as having invincibility via Shadow Wish. So yeah. She does some damage. I can tell you that at the very least. Thank you, diary. I appreciate it. What am I gonna do for her? Hi, Leo. Yes, we are drawing Sand Swirl. Giving this girl the redesign that she so desires. She really needed one. Honestly, I am not happy with how her designs came out before. So yeah, after everything, the clans have quite a lot of cleanup. Quite a lot of issues to resolve. Mainly, in the healers department because, of course, Angel was one of the healers, and now she does not make it out of the massacre alive. But she's not gone. I'll tell you that. But yeah, so essentially how things end up afterwards, thank you. I mean, her old design isn't bad, I just need it to be more intentional than it is than this one is. But so Eclipse Clan ends this ordeal with a grand total of 0 healers. Hi, kitty. I hear you. Do I like that? I'll figure it out. So yeah, Eclipse Clan has 0 healers. And a lot of injured cats. Moon Clan has 1 injured healer. And Sun Clan made it out with both of their healers. But, one of them is and not doing well. Do I like that? She's supposed to look really tired. A little bit. Yeah, she still did not end up with the more stern look I was hoping for, but that's whatever. She's supposed to be on the older side as well, which is why I've got this. She's not elderly, which is why I didn't do any. Usually for my elder designs, I will do more of a crow feet kind of look. But whatever. I guess that looks fine. I don't know. So anyway, yeah, the clans aren't doing great. I'm trying to remember. So, Sun Clan sends out cats to help the other clans because they suffered quite a bit more than Sun Clan did. Mossy goes to Eclipse Clan to help. How cute. Yeah, Mossy takes care of Eclipse Clan. And I'm trying to remember if I ever decided who went to go help Moon Clan. It was... I think I was going to make it be Nettlepool, but no. I think it would have been Pale Whisper instead. With Nettle staying and temporarily taking his healing job back to care for Sun Clan. But after the injured cats are determined to be not in critical condition, after things are a little more settled, the clans have a meeting, and it is decided that Mossy is going to be tasked with Mossy trains the next Eclipse Clan healer. And things go once again to relatively normal in Moon Clan. Moon Clan likes experiencing the horrors and being like, well, you know, it's fine. Nothing we have to worry about. There's other things to do. You don't have time to worry about the horrors. Sandswirl's injuries do take a bit of a toll on her. That is the wrong thing. Yeah, her injuries take a bit of a toll on her, as well as the fact that she was already an older cat, before everything. But it becomes clear that she is in desperate need of an apprentice. And so she is... Oops. She is given Nightpaw to train. Nightpaw showed some interest in healing, but also Osprey Star is semi... She thinks that it's possible that he's got... If he's not a gifted cat, that he at least has a strong connection to StarClan. I'll let you theorize if either of those are true. I'll let you decide. Kidding. But so she's given an apprentice, and then she's given another apprentice because, young Fernpaw is adamant that she wants to be a healer, and she is not gonna take no for an answer. So, she is made a healer. Which is, I mean, that's a little stressful for, Sand Swirl, especially since she's not feeling the greatest. But she pushes that aside with the justification that, well, now MoonClan is not going to just be left. MoonClan is now more secure. Will be more secure, because they'll have 2 healers if she were not to make a recovery, instead of just 1. I hate how these are coming out. And so she she trains them. She blah. The words are leaving me. She trains Nightpaw and Fernpaw. Unfortunately, she does not. Things take a turn and she gets very sick. And Fern and Night have to be given their names early. Or they are given their names early. And they are greeted by Sand Swirl in StarClan. And that is kind of the end of Sand Swirl's story. There's a scene I have in mind, because where so something else I talked about before is the fact that the gifted cats meet up they meet up before half moon meetings, as in the clan's attempt to have them bond and they learn from each other and stuff. And those meetings were that tradition where two of the gifted cats go to one of the clans, or go to the third cat's clan, that stops for a while after what happened, but eventually they start doing it again. And so the scene in my brain is it's Sun Clan's turn. Does this look blue-green enough? That looks like straight green on my monitor. Other monitor, whatever. So the scene idea I have is that it is Mossy's turn. The apprentices are in Sun Clan. And as they are leaving to go to StarClan's Den for the Half Moon meeting, Sand Swirl appears to Mossy and just tells her like what happened and that she is being tasked with giving Nightpaw and Fernpaw their warrior names, or their full healer names. Sand gives... Hello, welcome. Sand gives some names to Mossy that she was planning to use, but Mossy kind of goes rogue and chooses her own names. Because she didn't really like these suggestions. I'm trying to think of what they were. Glad you had fun in your sleepover. I'm trying to think. I know I had an idea of what the suggestions were. Right. So, essentially the scene goes, she's like, hello, Mossy. Hello, Mossy Glow. What did you miss? I mean, most of my explanation and most of the making of this girl, but other than that, it's whatever. Essentially the scene goes, she appears to Mossy Glow and she's like, "Hello, Mossy Glow." No, you're fine. Hello, welcome. I'm not ever gonna be angry that someone doesn't come to my stream. It's your free time, you have to decide what you do with it. But yeah, it's essentially, hello, Mossy Glow, it is I, Sand Swirl. Thank you. I have died, and I need you to, be the one to, give my apprentices their full names, their, healer names. And Mossy's like, "Alright, Sand Swirl, what? Alright, I will take on this duty. Did you have names in mind?" Sand Swirl says, "Yes. I was thinking of naming them, Fernwish and Nighthawk." And Mossy says, "Are you sure?" And Sand Swirl's like, "Well, whatever." She's like, those are what those are the names I considered. I gotta go now, bye. And so Mossy says, "No." She makes the decision not to name the apprentices those names. So instead, she gives Fernpaw the name Fernholly, and Nightpaw gets the name Nightfeather. Shading is so good, I love it. Thank you. The berries look like they're from Pokemon. Yeah, kinda. I did not mean for that to be, but I think I like those. I think those look good. I could add leaves, but what do these leaves look like? Okay, they're just like, let me just see if I like the leaves. If I don't, then they will go bye-bye. But yeah, that's like it for Sand Swirl. Then she shows up briefly at the end, and that's all. Who am I drawing? I'm drawing my OC. Her name is Sand Swirl. I don't know how to shade leaves. We're gonna do our best. I should probably have the shading go the other way. Yeah, I should have the shading go the other way. What am I doing? Trying to decide if I like the leaves at all. It looks like a holly. Me, I like this color. I don't know. How would I even want these like shaped? Yeah, I don't have that much more. That's not bad, I guess. I still have to decide if I even like the leaves. This is the wrong color. No! I saved the wrong color. Whatever. I have Cinnamon Toast Crunch or Honey Nut Cheerios. I think last time you asked, you had Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So, I guess balance it out. This time have Cheerios. Anyway, yeah. Let me finish. I want to finish the shading. Seeing if I even like the shading. I don't know how to shade leaves very well. Berries are easy, leaves are not easy. How about this? Like, that doesn't look any good. I like the leaves, they look good now. I'm debating between yes and no leaves. Mainly because imagine a sun and put shading on the opposite direction. Yeah. I don't know how to do I just don't know how to make, with how I draw leaves, I just don't know how to make it look the way that I want it to, and I have a hard time finding good examples. I may do that off stream, I don't know. I guess the... I don't know. Blah. But I'm debating between yes and no leaves. Because the leaves, I mean, they tie in the green from the eyes. But I don't know if I like them. Whatever. I'll decide off stream. Let me just... I was wondering, could you make my cat OCs sometime? I will do... I am planning to do a request stream where I will fulfill people's requests. The next one will be when I hit 300 subs. Or alternatively, if you don't mind a tiny bit of a wait, we could discuss a commission. But for free, you'd have to wait till the request stream, which probably shouldn't be too far away. I started this stream with 255. I don't know where I am right now. But anyway, there we go. There she is. I'll figure out the leaves. I like them, but I don't like how I've colored them. 259, awesome. Which means I'm pretty close. So, anyway. Yeah. You subbed a while ago. I know, Leo. You were one of the first. But yeah, anyway. With that, I'm going to end stream here. This was a bit of a longer one. So, don't end stream, I just got here. I'm sorry, I've been streaming for almost 3 hours, and I need to go eat and stuff. I will be back again tomorrow. Same time as always. 8 o'clock a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Remember me when you're famous, of course. So yeah, have a good day, and I will see you next time. Bye.